Hey guys, continuing back from the previous video, I'm gonna fix this issue one by one. So firstly, for us to work on this, right, firstly you need to connect to this EC2 instance through a mobile term, or you have to right click and connect using this connect option. So both of the things wouldn't work at this moment. It's because of the security gateway, the default one. So all you have to do is like, if it's already working for you, good. If it's not working for you, just follow the solution I'm gonna give. Either go to this security group, or you can go from here as well to this security group as well, whatever you configured for this. So both will be the same because both uses the same auto scaling, and both are using the same security group. So just middle click on it, it opens in a new tab. So whatever is over here, just edit inbound rules. Select the whatever over here, right? Just delete it. Don't look up upon it. So because it is assigned to security group itself. So click on add rule and then select all TCP and then say anywhere IP version 4 and hit the save rule. So now this should trigger your connection to the EC2 instance, and you should be able to access the EC2 instance. All you have to do is like create a new session, and in that new session, select SSH, put the public IP address of the server instance, that is ECS server instance over here, the public IP address which will come in here, and then give the advanced setting, use private key. I've used the Docker kube PPK file, so that's something I've done. And then put the username as EC2, and then you should be connected to this particular server. So you can also use right click connect, and then you can also connect like this as well. I think it should be working, I guess. No, it's not working for me as a such connection. So it's not working for me for some reason, but it should work for you. Okay, so for me, this is working, so this is enough for me. So for me to work with it. Now, how did I fix this website, right? So I'll come to that now. So firstly, close all the tabs which is not relevant to us right now, because you don't need instances as well. And all you have to do right now is to go back to the cluster. Now, we did some configuration on our task definition, right? So that is actually causing us some problem. So I'm gonna redefine it, and I'm gonna show you how to, rather than deleting everything, how to roll back to the previous, how to, come up with a new configuration. So all you have to do is like select your task definition, modify your task definition now. So select the task definition here. So right now you will have only one task definition. So I have different ones, so ignore me. So if your task statement says like HTTP task :1, you just select that. Okay, so for me latest is task 6, and then I create this new version. Now this new version will be based on my old version, which is version 6, HTTP task. Okay, so then no need to change anything. Just change the network mode from AWS VPC to default. Okay, so this is the modification which is required for us to get that done. No need to modify anything else. Just make sure that your host port number says 80, container port number says 80. So this means that you will be using host port number 80 and container port number 80. So which means that this particular container which I'm going to have will be using my host port number of 80 port number, and then a container port number of 80 over here. So this is pretty much the configuration. Nothing else needs to be changed. Click on create. Now this should create a new version of your HTTP task, which is called :7. Okay. So now that you have the new version of HTTP task, now you have to go back to cluster, select the cluster, select the service, and inside the service you will have deployments. So when you go to the deployments, you will see that currently it will be running 1 for you, revision 1. So for me it's running 6. That's okay. So click on update service, and then from update service select the latest one, which is 7, which is 2 for you, and then desired task is 1. So it's the same, every configuration is same because we have modified the network level stuff. and the port number stuff. Okay, so that should come as 7, and then click on update. Now this will be redeploying, so you can see that currently this is active, and one is running and one is desired. So when you refresh this data, you should see this becomes like desire one running one, and then it will become like 100%, and this will become 0%, and then this will become active. So that's what we are looking for. So you can see that server has pending starting, so which means that it is provisioned the server. So it will run the server right now. It will start the server, and once it is in the running state, it will come to 100%, and then this will go to 0%. May take like a couple of minutes to get this complete process done. So once this process done, then you can see the deployment is in progress, which means that your application is getting deployed. So what we will do is, like when we configure load balancing, we will come back to this again. We will configure another EC2 instance again. So that time we will run multiple instances of your application. So we will have multiple containers running, as well as like we will have multiple action item running as well. So just waiting for the deployments to be completed. So I'm going to pause the video and pause it once it completes. All right, so now that's completed, and you can see that it is primary 100%, and this has gone to 0. So which means that it has migrated to the latest version. For me, it's 7. For you, it could be 1 as well. Once this is completed, then pretty much your deployment is completed. You can see that the success message here. And all you have to go back is like to your task, and you should see a new instances started to run over here 41 seconds ago. So this will slowly shut down. This is the container instance. So this will slowly shut down. So these two containers will be actually running in this one. So if I just do docker ps-a, you can see all these are exited machines, and this is the one which is running for 12 minutes, for up to 12 minutes right now. So I'm just waiting for you can give hyphen no hyphen trunc no trunk. Now this will give me the IP address and port number if there is establishment of IP address and port number. So I need to see if there's a new virtual machine created. So let's just check that. Let's go to EC2. Let's see if there's any virtual machine created. Now you can see that there's another virtual machine created. The auto scaling group has created another virtual machine. So that that instance would be running in this virtual machine. So that could be the reason. So I just have to duplicate this and then edit the session, change the IP address. Bookmark also, I need to change the IP address. All right, so now let's look at this instance right now. Docker ps-a fn no trunk. So I'm in a different instance, right? No, I'm in the same instance. That's weird. I'm gonna try again. It's 18.12, and this is 18. Okay, it's the same one. Let me copy this again. No, this is something wrong is happening here. Okay, it's not letting me because I've reached my limit. That must be because of that. Okay, so let's try deleting that. I'm not sure what is going on. Let me try again. One more time. Okay. Seems like this time I did that right thing. It's because of the sessions I'm able to occupy. That must be the reason why this was happening. So, okay. So let's see. Docker ps-a. Okay. So now I have the new image. Let's see. -, no truncation. Let's see. Now you can see that it is listening on 80 port number. So if I do a netstat-an grep of listen, I should see 80 port number running here. So you can see that 80 port number is listening. So this system, your container instance doesn't have any application running on 80 port number. It's just the container is running the 80 port number and it is projecting that 80 port number through your EC2 machine. So which means that I should see, I should be able to browse this application with this IP address over here. Right there. So that's how you need to browse your application. You need to know where this Docker instance is running, and then you need to execute it there. So that's pretty much what I want to show you, and this is how you can get that done. So I've shown you deployment as well as part of this particular video, how to deploy a newer version of your application, of your task or your container to be on your application. So that's pretty much also I've shown you. So guys, I just waited for some time and then it's turned off the first instance. So it, it closed the auto scaling, closed the first instance, the second one where the image is, the Docker image is running. So that just kept running. So, so this URL still works fine without any issue. The other instance which it had was terminated again. So that's because auto scaling break down the instance size from 2 to 1 again. So that is the reason why it was not, deployed on the other node, because it knows that it's going to bring it down. So that could be the reason why it created a new node and deployed it on it. So any which ways, that's the auto scaling decision to make. So this is how you need to get your ECS, all your application working and testing working as well. Thank you again for watching this video. See you in the next one.